as a right-wing, fascist, upper caste, Hindu nationalist organization that has excluded and tyrannized minority religions and castes, including women, viewers. On any given day, Latvian stalwarts will rant against the saffronization of India under the Sangh's ideological, and they call it this, viewers, onslaught. But not one of these individuals is ready to accept the facts that today, not only has the Sangh's membership been growing by 20% year on year, but that it is now being embraced by a diverse cross-section of civil society. In fact, viewers, people who didn't identify themselves with the Sangh's point of view are today happily sharing a stage and even endorsing its seva to the nation. The first day of the Sangh's centenary celebrations was attended by Salman Khan and Ranbir Kapoor, as well as filmmakers Mohit Suri, Subhash Ghai, Nitesh Tiwari, Mahavir Jain, Om Rawat, Vikram Malhotra, lyricist Prasoon Joshi. Even K. Joe, viewers, was there. Somebody who has been associated or appropriated, I don't know, viewers, by the Latvians Brigade. On the second day, Akshay Kumar, Vicky Kaushal, actor Ananya Pandey, all of them were in attendance. It wasn't only that they shared a Sangh platform, but even endorsed the Sangh's point of view, viewers. Listen to what some of them said.
आज मुझे मोहन जी की बातें सुनने का मौका मिला। पहली बार उन्हें आमने सामने देखा है और उनकी बातें सुनी है और बहुत प्रभावित फील कर रहा हूँ। बहुत ही प्रैक्टिकल बातें, बहुत ही सेंसिबल बातें थी और बहुत विषय के बारे में बातें थी।
बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला आज और मेरे संकल्प को उन्होंने और दृढ़ बनाया है। तो आई रियली होप टू टेक हिज वर्ड्स फॉरवर्ड एंड मैं देश की सेवा में थोड़ा सा और हाथ बटा सकूं।
बहुत सारी उनकी बातें बहुत दिल को भी छू गई और ये भी मैं कहना चाहूँगा कि उनका जो सेंस ऑफ ह्यूमर है वो कमाल का है। वो जिस तरह उसके सारे जो ख्यालात तो वो कहते हैं जो बहुत उम्दे हैं, लेकिन उनका सेंस ऑफ ह्यूमर जो है वो बहुत एंटरटेन भी किया उन्होंने। सबने बहुत हंसे भी और बहुत हमने अपलॉड भी किया।
Viewers, most of these stars are today being trolled. In particular, Salman Khan. No sooner did Salman Khan and these other A-listers embrace the Sangh and endorse its seva, they were singled out for abuse and mocked for their civility, viewers. UBT leader and Rajya Sabha MP Sanjay Raut questioned whether Salman Khan has sold his soul by accepting a payment to draw crowds or to project that Muslims are welcome at RSS functions, viewers. Sanjay Raut said, since when has Salman Khan been linked to the RSS? Since Modi has come to power, people are backing the RSS out of fear. They don't want to anger the RSS. The Sangh must answer, are doors of the RSS open to other Muslims? Or is this just optics for RSS image management, unquote? This is, of course, not the first time that the ecosystem has shamed targeted Muslims for embracing the Sangh or its political arm, the BJP. In 2023, viewers, Sehor, 30-year-old Muslim woman was beaten by her kin for voting for the BJP. After, viewers, she was trolled left, right and center for doing so. In 2022 in Bhiwandi, Muslim student Saad Adfaq Ansari was assaulted for supporting BJP spokesperson Nupur Sharma. As if, viewers, in a democracy he has no choice. In 2022, Muslim family attacked in Udhampur Nagar for backing the BJP and the Sangh. In 2020, Muslim BJP worker Zamir was assaulted for backing the CAA because it was seen as an ideological imposition from the Sangh. The attack on Muslims betrays contempt for secular constitutional democracy, viewers. Let there be no mistake about this. Jinnah wanted a nation where Muslims would only live for other Muslims. a nation where Muslims would vote for other Muslims. And that too only those who were committed to the idea of a state where religion was above the constitution. Or viewers were committed to the idea of separate electorates. And after sowing the seeds of religious apartheid, Jinnah succeeded in balkanizing India. That is why when a section of the Congress-led ecosystem begins to put religion first and shame the likes of Salman Khan for embracing the RSS, we need to be very, very alarmed and extremely quick to expose it. Today, viewers, they're shaming Muslims. Tomorrow, they'll shame Dalits, OBCs, Christians, Sikhs, Jains. These individuals are sowing the seeds for the breakup of our country along communal lines, viewers. And therefore, there are many questions to be asked. Are those shaming Muslims for supporting the BJP championing Jinnah wali Azadi, viewers? It's a direct question. Can parties that espouse tolerance and inclusiveness explain what's secular about putting dharam, your faith, over democracy? Should groups and parties shaming and threatening Muslims for exercising their democratic rights be banned? Viewers, let's open this up. Let's ask some fundamental questions tonight. I want to first begin with Kamru Chaudhary. We're also going to be joined by Tehseen Poonawala. We already have with us Mr. Abhijit Iyer Mitra. And we have the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Pradeep Bhandari. But I want to begin first with Mr. Kamru Chaudhary. He's a political analyst, sympathetic to the Latvians and Congress point of view. He's part of that ecosystem, has contested elections on a Congress ticket. Is quite the active politician. So, Mr. Chaudhary, it's a fundamental question tonight. Should people like Salman Khan be shamed for sharing a stage, for even endorsing the Sangh, for praising its seva to the nation? What's wrong?
Rahul, one thing you got absolutely wrong out here. Attending RSS Shakha's meeting the RSS chief, does not mean serving the nation, because nation definition of the RSS and the Sangh is absolutely different from the definition of the nation that I and many of Indians know. For RSS and the Hindu Mahasabha or the Savarkar types or the Golwalkar types or the Godse type, for them Hindu nationalism is the actual nationalism, which I differ with. Because according to Hindu Savarkar, the idea of the nation begins by exclusion of those who are non-Hindus in the Indian ecosystem, right? So when he says that he recommends Sanskritized Hindi, or he justifies by telling people to abhor the Hindi Urdu or the Ganga Jamuna Tehzeeb or which he termed as the linguistic monstrosity. These are some examples that the ideologue of the RSS, the Savarkars, the Golwalkars, they try to bring into India's mainstream. But I'm afraid that when Savarkar said that the Hindus in India should grow stronger in time, these Muslims will have to play the part of the German Jews. I'm reading from a book. Savarkar
which book is this?
Approached by the British Viceroy
which book was this, sir? Which book?
Wait.
Can you name the book?
It's here out here.
Yeah, name the book. Yes.
It's the RSS Icons of the Indian Right by Nilanjan Mukhopadhyay.
Right. So you
may
want to
like it, you may not like it. But
so
it's a fact. There has been no challenge to this book.
Okay, one second.
But the
Let me
basic
ask you a
point
question.
that I wanted
Kamru
to bring out
Chaudhary.
here,
Kamru
Rahul,
Chaudhary.
Just give me 20 more seconds.
No, you didn't answer my basic question. I'll come to all those passages that you're quoting and so forth. There's a context to all of that, but I'll come to that. One second. Let me ask you a very specific question, sir. I'll repeat it. Do you think the likes of Salman Khan should be shamed for exercising their democratic choice in a democratic, secular country like ours? Yes or no?
Well, the counter question comes.
Sir, answer the question. Why are you posing a question after a question?
Should people like Mohammed Deepak be generalized in India right now, or they should be
Sir, I'm asking you a fundamental question, Mr. Chaudhary. I am not here. 1 minute. I am not here to defend. Excuse me, sir.
No,
I am
the
not
counter
here
question,
to
do
talk
you
about.
support Mohammed Deepak,
Excuse me,
yes or no?
Mr.
Simple
Chaudhary.
answer.
Let's not have a back
No,
and
it
forth
cannot be
like
one-way
this.
monologue,
I'm
Rahul.
only I'm asking you a question. I'm not even giving you a monologue. You've given us the monologue, and some people would say it's unfounded. But nonetheless, I just want to ask you a simple question. Do you think the likes of Mr. Salman Khan or some of the others that I mentioned, and I'll name them for you because, sir, I know that public memory is short, specifically when the facts become inconvenient. Saad Adfaq Ansari or BJP worker, Muslim BJP worker Zamir, should they be assaulted? Should they be shamed? Should it be alleged that they have been bought over, that they're cowering in their shoes, and that's why they are with the RSS, etc., etc.? Should that be the attitude?
When the RSS practices an exclusionary policy towards the Rashtra, towards the nation that we know as an Indian, the definition of a Rashtra according to RSS is a Hindu Rashtra, where all the other languages, all the other castes, all the other religions are excluded by choice. So I don't see a reason why Kamru Zaman Chaudhary should be attending an RSS Shaka. Why should I attend until I am
You may not want to, sir, because you may be living
blackmailed
under a delusion, or you might have your views which might have been framed by some, I don't know, some misguided writings or God knows what else. But I'm asking you, what about Salman Khan? Does he not have a right? Yes or no? Should he be criticized?
The question of criticism does not arise by the question that if Mohammed Deepaks are there in this country.
So viewers, just imagine this, that selectively, so there is now, viewers, a cherry picking of situations. You will condemn Salman Khan for exercising his democratic right, but you will stand outside Parliament and say that we are the champions of democracy. So let me bring in Pradeep Bhandari once very quickly and ask him to respond to you substantially.
Well,
Kamru Chaudhary has been quoting Savarkar from various books and all of that.
The author that he quoted yesterday retweeted Jairam Ramesh. So what he is quoting is nothing but unofficial Congress viewpoint. So Kamru should stop quoting from the Congress library and should start quoting primary text. Whether it is Kamru, Congress, Aurangzeb, Mughal and all. Yes, the author, the same author retweeted, the same author. It said it in English, the same author retweeted.
So you're saying that this author we cannot go by because the author wears ideological blinkers
of the
and
Congress
therefore
party.
Of the Congress
Pradeep
party.
Bhandari,
Of the Congress party. Now, Kamru, do not interrupt. Do not interrupt like Aurangzeb or, Babar. Relax.
The point is the author is not here, but is his scholarship wrong? Let's get to that.
No, his scholarship is biased and colored because it echoes with Jairam Ramesh.
He might have
I'll
pulled
come
out.
to rebutting his
look at the
scholarship on a
facts.
primary text. See, Kamru, relax. What is the argument here, Rahul? Their argument is exactly what was of Jinnah's argument that Muslims can only vote for Muslims, and that is what led to the partition of the country. Historically, because the social media was not present and democratic decentralization did not take place, so the Congress party thought that they could paint an extremely unified organization like RSS, which has worked for the unity and integrity of India as a communal organization, because Congress always had the colored glasses of that of partition and always looked at uniting the minority community for vote bank politics and dividing the Hindu community on caste lines. I will answer one by one. Mahatma Gandhi in Harijan on 28 September 1947, quote, I am extremely impressed by the work that the RSS and the Sangh has done. The Shaka is an extremely disciplined place, complete absence of untouchability and rigorous simplicity. That is Mahatma Gandhi. As per the Congress party of Kamru Zaman Chaudhary and Rahul Gandhi, they will also call Mahatma Gandhi as communal. Point number 2, they always branded that RSS was against Hindu-Muslim unity. Please note what Adarniya Sir Sanchalak ji has said. When people talk about Hindu-Muslim unity, I wonder unity is spoken for those who are different. But why to talk about unity for those who are already one? So all of us belong to one motherland, which is the Bharatiya motherland, and this is why whether Hindus or Muslims might have different faith, but all of us are civilizationalized Hindus. They will not understand it because they believe in the ideology of Jamaat. You recall how Congress supported the Jamaat, which does not believe in the Constitution of India, but believes in Shariat. Point number 3. The Congress party quoted and said that RSS is against India's democracy and against, India is leading to division. Please allow me the last quote. And I quote the RSS. And this is from the RSS vision document right here on the website. If you go, please look at it. The Hindu culture is the life and breath of Bharat. It is therefore clear that if Bharat has to be protected, we should first nourish the Hindu culture. Keshavram Hegdevarji, the founder of RSS, and we are the majority, and if we do not protect the Hindu culture, it will be like Pakistan and Bangladesh. And the Congress will not understand it because the Congress believes in the ideology of Jamaat, ideology of Shariat, not the Constitution of India. In 10 seconds, this is the Constitution of India's original draft, which also had Prabhu Sri Ram inscribed in it, but the Congress party had the blinkers of appeasement. This is why they also changed it. So Kamru will not understand it. He believes in a Jinnah more, believes in an Aurangzeb more than in the Constitution of India and the Hindu culture.
Okay, 1 second. Mr. Kamru Chaudhary, a quick question to you before I bring in Abhijit Iyer Mitra, who's been very patient, and Tehseen Poonawala. Mr. Chaudhary, was Indira Gandhi secular, substantively secular or not? Yes or no?
A relevant question to today's topic.
You answer my question and I'll tell you why it's relevant. Was she secular?
He's exposed.
Why not?
Okay, why not? Now, viewers, this is what Indira Gandhi had to say. Now, let me finish, Mr. Chaudhary. This is what Indira Gandhi had to say about Vinayak Damodar Savarkar, that Kamru Chaudhary was lampooning here, quoting some author.
I need time to reply
In
to
1980, on Savarkar's birth anniversary, Indira Gandhi wrote a letter to the Savarkar Memorial Committee. In it, she described Savarkar as a remarkable son of India. Remarkable son of India, viewers. Acknowledged his role in the freedom struggle. She referred to his, quote, daring defiance of the British government, unquote, and said that the nation remembered his contributions. She also released, viewers, a commemorative postage stamp in Savarkar's honor in 1970. And we are talking about 10 years before she paid this tribute. She was marking his centenary then. She says that decision was an important one. So, viewers, if Kamru Chaudhary believes that Indira Gandhi, why not, he said, was secular, what was she doing? Praising Savarkar, who Kamru Chaudhary says was militantly opposed to Muslims. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, could you explain to Kamru Chaudhary?
No,
1 second, sir. Let others also come in. It's okay. It's okay. We are putting facts out here. I'm not inventing this. As you said, these facts have not been contradicted. I can show you the letter also.
No, I just wanted to bring
1
in
second.
The
Let
Kapoor
Mr.
Commission
Iyer
of
Mitra now come in.
1969.
Let Mr. Iyer Mitra come in. What is happening
just
here?
wanted a
Because the
small
question is...
context.
So I'm asking just
Kapoor-
1 minute, 1 minute. Let me ask Mr. Iyer Mitra, please. Can parties that espouse tolerance, Mr. Mitra, and inclusiveness explain what's secular about putting faith over democracy, shaming Salman Khan, a Muslim, for sharing a stage with the RSS chief?
Now, just the first thing, before we get to the question you asked me, the author that Mr. Chaudhary tweeted, I'm reading out from his own bio. Mr. Mukhopadhyay is an unabashed college dropout. So for people who keep talking about WhatsApp University, he's quoting this is it. Here. This is his own bio from his own publisher. Read the last line. So let's leave aside the college dropout bit. Let's get to the thing. Now, in a democracy, what is the point of a democracy? That every person, every thought, every stream is brought in because democracy is the calming process. It acts as a salve to mainstream everyone. If anybody feels they're extremist, democracy is what fixes all of that. Now, here there are individual citizens going around, meeting somebody. So what happens? Now, notice, has the RSS ever criticized anyone for meeting anyone? No. But the Congress, which is allegedly our paragon of democracy, and all their so-called secularist friends, you can't, how can you meet these people? This is the kind of new untouchability they're bringing in. The old Brahmins had brought in untouchability, caste untouchability. These people are now bringing in. Janaudhari Brahmin is their leader of the opposition. Na? He's making new Dalits in the new India. They were the old Dalits for old India. Rahul Gandhi is making new Dalits for new India. That is exactly what he's doing. There is no difference between them. They are practicing the same untouchability they want to condemn. And let's not remember, Rajiv Gandhi opposed the Mandal Commission. Rajiv Gandhi did not want reservation for OBCs, SC, STs and all of that. So this is a classic practice that they've done. It is in their DNA. It has always been in their DNA. Their thing has always been divide and rule. And you know what scares them the most, Rahul, is the fact that Hindutva is about overcoming caste, where Hinduism becomes your primary identity and your caste is nowhere in your primary identity scheme.
Okay.
That scares them because they learned so well from the British on how to divide and rule, keep everybody divided so that one family could always rule.
So let me ask Tehseen Poonawalla first. Tehseen Poonawalla, I hope your mum is feeling better now.
Yeah, I hope that.
she's-
I hope Tehseen, your mother
she's-
is doing better. Great regards and a lot of prayers for her early recovery.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Pradeep. Thank you.
From our side too. I just want to ask you, what distinguishes the like of Congress netas and others, and you can see the criticism against Salman Khan and Mr. Sami, who is an Indian citizen now, and other Muslims, and their attempt at shaming these Muslims for attending RSS or BJP functions or even voting for these entities, especially the BJP, and Jinnah's worldview. What separates them? If you're shaming people on the basis of the choices they're making democratically, and you're doing so because you don't think people of a certain religion should fraternize with people of another religion and another outlook, or even those that believe in something called Hindu nationalist way or culture, what does that make you?
So thank you, Rahul, for having me on the show. Thank you for all the wishes. I think let's break this down into 2 or 3 or 4 pieces. Number one, frankly, I don't want to get into the debate of Salman Khan or Adnan Sami or anyone being criticized. I, for one, engage with everybody. I think it's fine. I think that's just the way of how democracy functions. And people have a right to engage. And I think that's childish and not to get behind people who go to these functions. So that I'm not a supporter of. What I do, however, want to bring out, and where I am a critic of the RSS, is on 2 separate issues. Number one, and issue number one is, when the Honorable RSS head, Mohan Bhagwat ji, speaks about the Bharat Ratna for Savarkar ji, and that's an opinion he has, the question that leaves me stunned and amused is, why doesn't the Honorable Prime Minister follow that diktat and do it? I mean, it's his government for the last 11 years. All he has to do is pick up the phone, call up the Honorable Prime Minister and say, I need this done. And the Prime Minister has to listen to the RSS chief. That's the way we know it works. The RSS is the founding organization. Even if he doesn't, he takes guidance from the RSS, he should do it. The point is the Honorable RSS chief, I mean, just 10 seconds, to make this in a press conference maybe shows me as a political analyst that maybe there is some amount of division. Why is the Prime Minister so uncomfortable out there? You're showing Mr. Sanjay Raut on the screen. He comes from the Shiv Sena UBT. He's in our alliance, not in the alliance of Pradeep. He will be okay with it. So do it. What does Kamru Zaman and I got to do? You are in government, you have to do what you have to do. But you are not doing it and you're playing a victim card.
Hang on. Tehseen, it's artful dodge, because we're not debating whether there is a division between RSS or BJP or who follows whose lead, etc., etc. I'm only asking a simple question. Isn't it time that you tell the likes of Kamru Chaudhary, and please tell him, you're sitting right across from him, please tell him that he is being an exclusivist like Jinnah if he is shaming some of his own community members from either voting for the BJP or going to RSS functions and so on and so forth. Could you please tell him that? Unsolicited advice from your side.
Look, I firmly believe people should engage with one another. They should talk to one another. But that engagement, and if Kamruji feels that it shouldn't happen, that's his democratic right as long as he's not violent about it. What I'm trying to say is the issue is not people engaging. The issue is more...
I'll tell you what it is. When you shame people... I'll tell you.
Why does Mohan Bhagwat
I'm glad you posed that question. Because, sir, let me tell you this. when you deny someone a democratic choice born out of their conviction, you are then militating against the Constitution. That certain people here clutch to their hearts, their bosoms, or they wave around as if it is gospel. If that is the case, they're being hypocritical. Would you agree?
But again, I think why this is misled is the actor that you're showing on screen, I think Salman Khan, he campaigned for the Honorable Prime Minister when he was Chief Minister.
I'm not misleading.
And Congress was
why
okay.
are
Congress
people
is
that
not-
you are in alliance with, the UBT Sena, for example, trolling him, attacking him, claiming that he was paid to come here, suggesting that he has no will of his own, and not just that, Adnan Sami is being attacked. Why?
Look, I feel people should not be attacked. But I think, again,
but would
the
you
opposition...
say, therefore, if that is something that you hold dear,
Yeah, I
do you believe then the time has come for the Congress party that you speak on behalf of to snap ties with the UBT Sena and others who don't only attack, by the way, and let's put it on record here, who don't only attack Muslims for exercising their democratic choice, voting for BJP, etc., but also attack outsiders in Maharashtra, so-called outsiders, people who come from the north.
So my opinion on a specific question, I don't speak for the Congress, I vote for them. Let me make it clear. But my opinion on the Shiv Sena UBT is very clear that the Shiv Sena UBT is a party that is destroying the Congress, is destroying Maharashtra. It hits Indians. I'm very clear on this. And they have no right to, just 10 seconds, they have no right to talk about Muslims. This is a party that stands by this fact that it is the one that demolished the Babri Masjid. It is a party that stands by the fact that it is proud. During Ramzan, there was a Muslim working in New Delhi in the Maharashtra, Southern or Maharashtra Bhavan. They put food in his mouth forcefully. This particular party, I'm talking UBT. And Sanjay Raut has made the most derogatory statements against Muslims. I am not a fan of this. I believe they make a mamu out of Muslims.
So viewers, there you hear it. Who are the jinnahs in this land? The one that Kamru Chaudhary is holding up as symbols of rightful viewers' dissent against the Sangh, the UBTs of the world. Can you believe it, viewers? What we have come to in the name of targeting the RSS, Modi, etc. Nonetheless, just move on because there are other stories to do. And this is one that is going to, viewers, leave you absolutely spellbound. You will be completely gobsmacked, as they say, viewers. Karnataka today is not debating governance but gratification in the name of governance. 134 Congress MLAs. Now remember that number. There are 134 Congress MLAs. But in Karnataka, there are 149 individuals enjoying ministerial rank or status. So viewers, you do the math. There are 134 Congress MLAs. And there are 149 individuals, more individuals than MLAs, enjoying ministerial rank or status. In other words, viewers, just about every MLA of the Congress enjoys a ministerial rank or status, plus some more who are not. Let that sink in. More mantris than elected lawmakers. Let me break it down for you, viewers. Total ministerial status positions is 149. Full-fledged ministers are 32. Those that hold cabinet rank are 43. Ministers of state are 11. MOS rank to non-MLAs is 54. While Bengaluraites dodge craters deep enough to swallow them, the Siddaramaiah government appears to be rolling out what critics are calling a full-blown status express, complete with cars, fuel, staff allowances and protocol honors, 50,000 rupee salary, hospitality allowance, daily travel DA, fuel, rent, house rent, staff, all funded not by a party office or the Congress party, but by you, viewers, the taxpayer. Yes, monthly salary, viewers, 50,000. Hospital allowance, hospitality allowance, 3,000. Daily allowance during travel, 2,000 per day within the state, 2,500 outside the state. The opposition says that instant gratification is guaranteed under the Congress. The Deputy Chief Minister says those who brought the party to power deserve the status. So basically, viewers, you support the Congress, you get a lollipop. The question tonight is simple. Does electoral loyalty justify executive largesse? Is this political management dressed up as administrative necessity? Or is this the new normal reward? The faithful reassure the disgruntled and send the bill to the public. Anyone who's upset with you, give him a nice post. Please him. But who foots the bill, viewers? The public. Is Karnataka being run or is it being distributed as we speak, viewers? Let's ask some questions tonight. We have Suhail Seth with us, we have Tehseen Poonawala, and we have, of course, Surbhi Hodigere. So I want to first begin with Suhail Seth. Suhail Seth, what do you make of this gravy train that has left the station in Karnataka with all this extra baggage, so to speak?
You know, that is the tragedy of our governance model, and Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar should be ashamed. Only for one reason. That on the one hand, their leader, Rahul Gandhi, keeps talking about austerity, governance, India should be run properly, nepotism, and there you are. You have a state government, which, by the way, is reeling financially, which cannot even manage Bangalore, is now giving out sops to its own people. And the reason why they're doing it is they want to fatten the cow rather than actually help the people. And no one can do anything about it because this is how this country is being run in some parts. Now, you've at least raised this issue. What are we going to do about this? Diddly jack. You have more ministers than you have MLAs. All of them will be given perks, cars, housing, whatever the hell it is. And where does the common man go? Nowhere. And this is a matter of grave concern.
Yeah.
And people like Rahul Gandhi, who head that party, should also be equally upset about the kind of nonsense that we are seeing today.
But let me tell you something. So he'll say it. This we see in other states also, to a lesser degree, of course. I mean, this has been taken to absurd lengths. But do you know that this has actually been sanctified by rules? There are rules to provide for all of this. Could you believe that, if I told you this?
But that should tell you a thing or two, Rahul. Today, shame has vanished from public life. There is no probity, there is no transparency, and there is brazenness. What you're seeing today in Karnataka is brazenness. They believe that they will and can get away, and they will. Media also, and I don't blame the media, can only play it for this much and no more. So what will you see? You will see them brazen it out. You will see these perks being transferred to all these people, most of whom are unworthy of such high office. But that's how it'll be. And there's nothing that you and I can do except raise this issue ad nauseum, but to no effect. So here's the point. Why doesn't someone in the High Court of Karnataka actually file a PIL, or why doesn't the High Court take it on suo motu? But you see, the point is that the judges will also not do anything. The problem is the judges will say, we cannot interfere, it's the executive branch. If need be, the governor should interfere, the governor should intervene, and the governor should make sure that these people are not sworn in, because he's the ultimate authority, he or she, to swear these people in as ministers. So this is what the governor should do. And trust me, every common man, every sensible, right-minded citizen will be in favor of the governor's views. So I think the governor should now take a call. Rather than the governors keep getting upset about speeches by ruling parties where the BJP is not in power, let them do something which will resonate with the common man.
Okay, so let me ask Tehseen Poonawala, just bear me out for 10 seconds. I want to read out some statistics to you. Now, There are 5 flagship guarantee schemes that cost 51,000 crores. They are imposing a massive strain on a 4 lakh crore budget. In fact, from time to time, various taxes are being raised, cesses are being slapped on people to fund these guarantees. Your fiscal deficit is at 2.95% of GSDP, perilously close to the 3% Karnataka Fiscal Responsibility Act. Total liabilities at 24.91% of the GSDP, brushing against the 25% legal ceiling. Revenue deficit at 0.63% of the GST, violating KFRA's mandate for a revenue surplus. Debt has spiraled ahead. Total liabilities expected to rise to 7.64 lakh crore by end of 25-26, which has already perhaps happened, and from 6.85 lakh crore. And state is planning to borrow another 1.16 lakh crore in the next budget. There's a rising interest burden. I mean, I can go down. There's a whole list of this. And yet you have money to spend on people because you want their support and patronage. And who's spending this money? It's people like us, the taxpayer. It's a gravy train. And it's being done for self-interest, not public interest.
So Rahul, let me put it this way. While I agree with most of the points my good friend Sohail said makes an issue, I just want to, Sohail, technically correct you on one thing, and don't get wrong this. I'm just correcting you. The governor has no role to play in this because they won't be sworn in. They are already MLAs. They'll just have a rank.
He's only saying that.
I'm just correcting. So the viewers of
I know
CNN
we all.
get a good perspective.
Let's not nitpick. Answer the question.
Rahul, I'm not nitpicking. I'm just giving the CNN viewers something because Sohail's made a very good point. I'm just putting it out there why the governor can't play a role. So, Rahul, I'd like to make a few points. Just allow me to make them. Let the CNN viewers get something nice because Sohail's actually made a nice point. Okay, I'm not saying he's made a wrong point. But you're right, Sohail. Ordinarily, the governor could intervene, but here they're not going to be sworn in. So the governor has no role here. They just get a rank in it. Some of these are boards, etc. Now, Rahul, look, the thing is, this started in Karnataka in between 8 and 11. I'm not justifying it. With Yedurappa ji, he increased it beyond that 15% ceiling to 7. The 7 people who defected in Operation Kamla. Then in 19, Yedurappa ji again promised, and all the people who defected. In fact, DK Shiv Kumar is on record saying, if the BJP does this and all of those who defects are given ministerial position, what do we do? So that went up to about 30, 40. Today, it's gone to 149. But is it only in Karnataka? Madhya Pradesh BJP, Gujarat BJP, Maharashtra BJP. All of these states, the heads of boards are cabinet ranks. The heads of temple trusts are cabinet ranks. This is how it works. And the problem is, I agree, this is your money and my money. But the courts need to step in. Legislation needs to step in because they are legally bound. I agree. If you're saying Congress is wrong, I'm ready to say Congress is wrong. But the BJP representative will not say BJP is wrong in Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, where 40 people more have got cabinet ranks in Gujarat. Why do they need it in Gujarat, where the Prime Minister comes from? 40 more than the current cabinet's rank, over that 15%. Why in Gujarat? Because they have to adjust. वो करे तो चमत्कार, हम करे तो गुनहगार. So this hypocrisy will not work. Either you condemn Gujarat and Karnataka, or you say if Karnataka is Gujarat is correct, Karnataka is correct. The two-way things, I will not listen to it. Read my lips. I'm very clear on it.
Surbhi Hodigere, if you do it, we can do it, and we can do it better. So we are doing it at a level that is completely unprecedented. You only have 134 MLAs, but you give out 149 ministerial status positions.
No, I like how casually Tehseen went from 30, 40 additions either during Yedurappa's time or in Gujarat, Maharashtra to 149, which is a threefold jump in itself, 3 to 4-fold jump in itself. I don't see how you can casually just say that, Tehseen, especially when the state gives the fact that the revenue, there's been a revenue deficit in the state, there's been a fiscal deficit in the state, revenue expenditure has gone up, capital expenditure is reduced. We've been looking at, in the last 1 week itself, multiple stories, both from the metro price being increased, being linked to state finances being empty, to MLAs being funded a foreign tour of 67 crores. All of this, we are coming to see that the Congress is absolutely irresponsible in the way that it's looking at its finances. In one hand, when people ask for legitimate things, including the guarantee, DK Shivkumar says we never promised to give you every month. Dr. Parmeshwar says that don't ask Sidramaiah for anything else. Don't ask him anything more in a public gathering because we don't have any money. We've given you everything. And by the way, Rahul, I'd like to add to your list of expenses that you read out. Not just do we have the guarantees being rolled out, and by the way, the guarantees are not being given properly. Gruhalakshmi, 2 months of Gruhalakshmi was skipped. The minister lied on the floor of the house just 1 month ago. She said that money was given, but money was not given. She had to come accept it. 2 months money skipped on guarantees. On top of that, there is something called a Guarantee Anusthana Samiti, which employs Congress workers. Close to 7 crore has been allocated for this in the first round to make sure that the guarantees reach people. The money that you don't have, you want to spend on things that you're not delivering, and then you want
And
to
this is
employ
the problem.
Congress.
This is the problem,
All
Tehseen
of
Poonawalla. The
all
people,
of this,
you are
Rahul,
too
just
broke.
one word. Let me just get one word in. I'm curious why we have a person who votes for the Congress but not somebody who speaks for the Congress on the television debate today, because you cannot give me a rational argument as to why somebody who is on a board of something is given a cabinet rank amidst a financial crisis
So
in
let
the
me
state.
ask you. Let me
People
ask you.
will throw stones at it.
Tehseen
Similarly,
Poonawalla, the state doesn't have money to pay for guarantees. It says that the centre is not giving it its own share of revenues from GST,
30,000.
all of that. Okay, right,
Yes.
wrong, whatever. The point
30 odd
is
thousand.
to serve itself, however, not the public, to serve the party interest, it is willing to splurge and tax and burden the taxpayer. I mean, how is this even governance?
I get that point.
It's a joke.
Now, I get that point. Now, let the BJP spokesperson say absolutely clearly on your show and promise, and we'll hold her to it because she's somebody I respect, that the BJP MLAs will not go on this foreign tour. Their BJP MLAs also going on this foreign tour. Why? And I am irresponsible because BJP MLAs are going. You
Who
don't
sanctions
go.
the trip?
I am saying
Who
your
sanctions
attack
the
is that
trip?
I'll agree. Her attack on me that I'm irresponsible.
who
So are you
sanctions the
going?
trip?
Why are you taking part in the irresponsibility? Why are you taking part? One second. You want to go on the so-called junket, but you want to blame me. Please.
Now, hang on.
I am not
Viewers-
going. Look, Rahul, I am very clear today on your show. I will not hear any lecture from the BJP right now. Right now, as of this
Forget
hour,
the
there's a
BJP, sir.
meeting
They're
going
not
on.
in
Just 1
power.
second.
They were
Just
told
1
to
second,
sit in
please.
opposition.
Please.
They were told to sit in opposition. This is exactly the flip side of the argument.
Can I just-
Hang on. When the when the BJP national spokespersons are here, they say we don't want to hear a moral lecture from the Congress because there's no one to stand on a soapbox. And you say this is murder of free speech and democracy. On the other side, today you are exactly doing the same with Surbhi
I am
Hodigere.
saying-
Forget her. I'm only asking you this question. How is this
I
right?
myself, Rahul, can I just come
I
in,
am
please?
saying
Testing
it
if
was
you're
started
telling
in the
that,
great
okay,
state.
Can I
One second.
just-
I was saying in the
if
great state of
you're saying, why are
Karnataka,
the BJP
this
MLAs
15%. Just 1 second. In the great state
Why
of
don't you
Karnataka,
appoint BJP members
one
also
second,
as part of
just
the
1
rank?
second. In the
Take the
great
entire
state
state
of
along then, if that
why
is your
did you
argument
appoint
for everything.
why did you appoint Congress defectors? In the great state of
No,
Karnataka,
my
it
point,
started with
that
Yadurappa.
was, you're talking as
You
if
do
Congress
Operation
has come into
Kamla, you
in
take
the
my
last 10
people,
years.
you make them
Their political
ministers,
history
and then you
what
say
they've
that I
done.
am
Okay,
the
we're
whole
drifting away from the point. We're getting lost in what about three viewers. Now, everyone, one second, please. You see, it's not about they did it first or they do it better or we. Look, you set your own rules. You want to occupy the moral high ground. You don't want to be defensive. The
But then they
Congress
use the money against
must
me.
lead. No, hang on. If they want to be the party, the alternative to the BJP, they must show that they can do a better job than the BJP. Not make the same mistakes at an exponential level that the BJP has made.
Sorry, I have to compete with them
I'm sorry,
financially.
that is brazening it out. That is called brazening it by
I have to
what
compete
about
with them financially.
Fair enough, sir.
What
You're
did they
free
do
to
in Bihar?
disagree. You're free to agree to disagree.
What
But
did
the
they do
fact
in
of the
Bihar?
matter is, no, actually, 1 minute. The fact of the matter is, we're seeing a travesty where gratification is being confused with governance. And we're okay with it. That's not the message, viewers. If that is, you're free to press the button the next time and decide whether you agreed with them or not. I want to move on because, viewers, we are focusing on Tamil Nadu for just a few moments. There is something very important that has happened. Now, you know this is going to become a triangular contest. At least as of now, it's looking like a triangular contest where Vijay is making significant inroads. And this actor turned politician and the TVK president is now preparing for his electoral debut with a two-constituency strategy. You know that in about a month and a half, Tamil Nadu will be seeing assembly elections. The actor is reportedly choosing to contest from Virugambakam in Chennai and Tiruchi East, viewers. Party leaders describe the move as a carefully crafted plan aimed at broadening the party's political footprint while ensuring a strong start for its charismatic founder. According to senior party functionaries, the decision balances urban prominence with regional outreach. Let's have a look at Tiruchirappalli first, this particular seat. Now, in 2021, viewers, the DMK won that seat. It's the last election. Before that, the AIDMK had won it, so it flipped between the two. And when we talk about Virugambakam, then viewers, in 2021, DMK won that seat, narrow margin. 2016, the AIDMK. So both these seats have sort of done this flip-flop. Therefore, the question is, could it be a victory for him, for Vijay, if he stands from this particular seat? You see the voting history, it doesn't really belong to anyone. So it is not some sort of a bastion. And neither is Tiruchi, viewers, as you saw. In fact, this particular seat is located in the heart of Chennai's expanding western corridor, is likely to offer Vijay high visibility among urban voters and first-time electors. The constituency is seen as organizationally favorable for TVK, with an active cadre base and growing recognition of Vijay's appeal. If he does contest and he wins, he would have gone one better than PK or Mr. Kishore, who floated his own outfit in Bihar and came a cropper, got 0 seats. So let's open this up and let's ask whether, because the DMK has come out and said this man is hedging his bets. He's not confident of winning 1 seat, so he's definitely trying to keep his feet on 2 boats. So let's open this up and ask some fundamental questions. I want to begin with the TVK spokesperson here, Mr. M. Satyakumar. Is he hedging? Is Vijay hedging, sir? Mr. Kumar.
Rahul, the whatever constituencies you showed, until there is an official communication from my party side, I cannot confirm the constituency where my leader, Talabadi Vijay, will contest. But however, a point to make here, wherever my leader Talabadi Vijay contests, he will definitely win because of his charismatic leadership. Second, ideology of the party. And in 234 constituencies, what we are looking at is the face of my leader Talabadi Vijay. And he's giving opportunity for all youngsters. This party is with a difference because he's giving opportunity to ordinary common people who has been working for his the fan club and subsequently a social organization now turned into a party. So this is a party with a difference, and whatever the constituency that you are showing, I'm making a point here. These are all speculation, but until an official communication that comes from TVK party,
there have been no denials. So we can, you know, we've spoken to our sources. There have been no denials. No one has come out and said this is fake news and so on and so forth. So I'm just asking,
no, I'm not saying,
do you think he's going to?
I'm not saying.
Okay. Do you think he should contest 1 or 2 seats? And what's the rationale?
I'm making a point very clearly
for contesting more than 1.
Wherever he's contesting, he will win.
So why does he need to then contest 2 seats? The DMK says this is a sure sign.
We have not officially confirmed until now where he is contesting from.
Okay. Is he planning to contest 2 seats?
Again, there has to be an official communication.
Okay. So
official communication will happen in TVK HQ.
There is no denial.
Party HQ Twitter handle.
Party sources have given us this to believe that there are 2 seats in the mix.
Again,
the DMK says, I understand. The DMK says, I understand. The DMK says that this is a sure shot sign of somebody feeling a little anxious about their prospects. Dr. Raman, where do you come in on this? Why is he homing in on these 2 seats? Is there a logic? Are these perhaps the best bets?
Rahul, my
Both
leader
of
is
these
never.
are urban seats, Rahul. So therefore, logically it makes sense. But having said that, I'm glad that we are now talking only of 2 seats, because his general secretary was speaking of him contesting in 4 or 5 seats, which is not legally permissible. So I mean, this party seems to be a bit of a, I don't know, it's a bit of a strange kind of party where they don't seem to know even the basics. But Mr. Vijay contesting Trichy East is a very difficult constituency. I mean, if he's going to choose that, reason he's choosing it is if he chooses it is that it's a hardcore urban constituency. Virugambakam is also not a great choice. Now, obviously, he has been consistently misled by his bunch of advisors. So maybe this is one more step in misguiding him further. But neither of these constituencies are really going to be easy for him. Trichy West is Mr. K. N. Nehru, who's a very senior minister in the DMK government seat, and basically Trichy is considered his bastion. So how he would if Vijay chooses to contest there, clearly the DMK will throw in the might of Mr. Nehru against Vijay, and that would be very difficult. So I'm not too sure that these are the right choices that Vijay will eventually make. But the very fact that, as you say, he's thinking of contesting in 2 seats is itself an indication that maybe things are not going according to plan. Now there was also talk of whether he would contest at all or do a Prashant Kishore. So everything is up in the air. We'll have to wait for these periodic once in 15 days that he comes out in public. 15 or 20 days he makes one public appearance. So by that cycle, we'll have to wait for the next public appearance. The previous one was a week ago. So the next one is probably due in about a week or 10 days. So when that happens, we may get to know more, or maybe the next cycle. It's almost like the full moon, new moon kind of thing, where we'll wait for Mr. Vijay to make public
Okay,
appearance.
very quick response coming in from Satya Kumar, and then I'm bringing in Iyer Mitra. Yes.
Again, I'm repeating, my leader will communicate where he is contesting. These are speculation, and wherever he will contest, he will win. Wherever he will contest, he will win.
Okay.
For a simple reason, he's a charismatic leader.
Can I ask you a simple question, Mr. Kumar? If he contests on two seats, is that a sign of Vijay being nervous, or is that a sign of over exuberance? What is it?
Wherever he's contesting, whether it is he's contesting in two constituencies or one constituencies, it is 234 constituencies. His face is the face of the party and face of the
Mr. Iyer Mitra, how do you respond?
That contestants are contesting.
You see,
and it is not a joke. It is not a joke. I would like to clarify to the other panelists.
Yes.
There's nothing to joke about. This is an election.
Quite the joke, and I'll tell you why. You know, since MGR was the last actor to be able to make it big in Tamil Nadu politics. Several people tried who are much bigger than Mr.
Jayalalitha.
No, but she inherited an organization that MGR had made. She inherited the special purpose vehicle. Remember that. So
I think if Abhijit would have been there in MGR time, would have said the same thing to MGR.
I didn't interrupt him. I would really respect it.
I would like to make the statement to you.
Mr. Kumar, calm down. Let the other person speak. Yeah.
Now, Kamala Hassan tried. What happened to him? Vijay Kant tried. And you know, Vijay Kant was huge in his days. Nothing happened. Rajnikant has been so scared because of what happened to Kamala Hassan and Vijay Kant, he himself hasn't tried. Now, last I checked, Vijay is not bigger than Rajnikant in the whole scheme of things. Never has been. So, best of luck to them. I wish them well. The very fact that they're thinking of two constituencies itself should tell you. You remember what happened when Rahul Gandhi contested both his UP constituency and the Kerala constituency. Remember? Same thing out here. Very good. If they think that some Rasigar Mandram is going to translate into some electoral organization, again, very good. I encourage them for being so optimistic. Optimism is a rare commodity in this day and age. Best of luck to them.
Well, full marks for trying.
But Rahul, we've got to give the cake to them. One of their leaders claimed that they now have 42% vote share in Tamil Nadu.
Okay, anyhow, look, I mean,
Oh no,
at
sir, they
least-
have 75%.
Viewers,
No,
one
I
can't.
thought it was 92.
75%.
Okay, okay, one
I've
second,
written
gentlemen.
they will win 500 seats in the assembly
Okay,
election.
okay, one second. You know, let's not.
Some
look,
of them-
someone is taking.
some of them-
Someone is putting themselves forward in a democracy to provide an alternative. I think that should be welcomed, viewers. The more, the better. The more choices we have, the better. Whether they win or not is incidental. We don't obviously know if Mr. Vijay will win, if his celebrity will translate into votes and so on and so forth, but at least he's trying. And at the end of the day, may the best party win. That, of course, will be left to the viewers to decide. So we leave it at that. But the point is, viewers, it's interesting because this is the first time we're getting an inkling of how Vijay is thinking from a political point of view. Not just from a campaigner's point of view, but from a political winning strategy point of view. And it gives you a certain idea of where he thinks that his vote base is. I leave it at this, viewers, but we need to focus on something that has disturbed a lot of Indians today. And I'm going to pronounce some of my views on this issue, viewers. Now, the long arm of the law should have reached him first. Instead, Shivam Mishra was reportedly pulled from the wreckage, and you can see those pictures of his crashed Lamborghini, by the muscled arms of his bodyguards. The long arm of the law didn't reach him. The muscled arms of his bodyguards reached him first. At least 6 people lay injured at the crash site, one said to be in critical condition, each allegedly a victim of the inebriated, in more ways than one, waywardness of an entitled scion who, it is alleged, believed his wealth placed him beyond consequence. According to witnesses who watched this crash take place, Mishra was allegedly driving at high speed on a VIP stretch of Kanpur when the luxury car rammed pedestrians and multiple vehicles. If proven, it would be yet another grim illustration of a strain of nouveau riche culture that confuses money with moral authority. Wealth is not a crime. Amassing it is not a crime. Spending it is not a crime. Nor viewers is success. And Mishra is within his rights to spend his money as he pleases. But the belief, alleged or otherwise, that money buys immunity from the law and commands respect is corrosive. Some of the poorest among us command respect because they live by duty. Money commands attention. It never commands honor. It certainly never buys you respect. So where does such a sense of immunity reportedly come from? The answer may lie less in the driver and more in the system. Despite visuals that allegedly show him behind the wheel, police initially registered an FIR against an unknown person. Can you believe it, viewers? Whether this was procedural caution or something more questionable will need investigation. But perceptions matter. The perception that the powerful are treated differently is itself toxic. If law enforcement appears hesitant where it should be decisive, it does not merely fail in one case, it signals that consequences are negotiable. The real danger is not just reckless driving, it is selective accountability. If the law bends for the Mishras of the world, it weakens viewers for all. And that is the bigger problem. If the law held to account the Mishras of the world, we may not have other Mishras daring to think that they can cock a snook at the system. That, viewers, is the real problem here. The system itself is the problem. It breeds the impunity that we see lurking in the Shivan Mishras of the world. And now that the media has taken this up, viewers, one hopes that the police, instead of covering up, allegedly, will take action and jail this brat. That will send a message out to the other aspiring brats. I leave it at this, viewers.
is News 18 Network. India's largest news network.
From Kerala this time, Samastha, a prominent Muslim scholarly body, has now passed a resolution asking for vigilance against pan-Islamist extremist ideologies and organizations following Maududist ideology. These are organizations like the Jamaat-e-Islami. This comes even as opposition leader V.D. Satheesan said that the Congress-led UDF will accept the support of Jamaat-e-Islami for upcoming assembly elections. Satheesan had said that they do not now have a stand of forming any Islamic republic. But remember, the Congress party has been facing flack as far as being soft on organizations like the Jamaat-e-Islami is concerned, but also either, if not actively, then passively seeking and taking support of organizations like the Jamaat-e-Islami. So you've got another Muslim body in the state now opposing bodies like the Jamaat-e-Islami. They feel Islamist and extremist ideologies. They feel these are pan-Islamist, extremist, ideology-based organizations. So what's really going on? Is there a battle going on between various forms of Muslim thinking in Kerala? How will that shape the upcoming elections is a big question. Let's go across to my colleague Neetu first up. Neetu, what is this body exactly and why are they raising objections to Jamaat-e-Islami? Why do they consider them extremists, for example?
Now, see, Samastha is a Muslim scholarly body. Samastha Jamiyat Ulama is what they are known as. It's a Muslim scholarly body. It's mostly the Sunni faction, and they are politically they are seen more closer to the Indian Union Muslim League, at least one faction of this. So they have been against the Jamaat-e-Islami and their thoughts, and in this resolution also clearly stating, though they are not taking the name of Jamaat-e-Islami, they are clearly saying Maududist ideologies, which means the Jamaat-e-Islami, and clearly stating that certain factions are trying to create this extremist ideology, trying to take the Muslim youth from the mainstream and put into this extreme ideology. So this is something that cannot be accepted. And politically, how it's important is that it comes within days after leader of opposition of Kerala, V.D. Satheesan, said that Jamaat-e-Islami's Amir has clearly said that they no longer stand for their demand of having an Islamist nation in a pluralistic society like India and Kerala. So that is, they will accept the support of Jamaat-e-Islami in this elections also if they offer, because this is what their stand is. So this resolution by the Samastha coming in a few days after that, definitely putting the UDF as well as the Congress in the defensive, because Indian Union Muslim League is an ally of the UDF. And when asked this question to P.K. Kunyalikutty on Samastha's resolution, Kunyalikutty clearly not giving a direct answer, but saying that these are different ideologies and both the sections have been talking about their ideologies. So that is something which the Samastha has done. And he goes on to attack the LDF, saying that earlier you all had taken support from Jamaat-e-Islami and you cannot attack the UDF on that. So this is where politically it stands, and ahead of elections all this becomes important, because be it the Samastha or the Jamaat-e-Islami or the other factions, they will all have a say at least in the run-up to the elections when the campaigns are being run, because they can direct the way in which the issues are being discussed ahead of the elections.
So will this push the UDF, the Congress-led UDF, into some sort of a rethink, Neetu?
See, all these factions are important, whether it's Samastha or the other factions. As we have said, a faction of that clearly supports the Indian Union Muslim League. So for them, it becomes difficult to openly say, but at the same time, the stand that the Congress and the UDF will take is that we are accepting anyone's support. We are not in any kind of alliance with the Jamaat-e-Islami or anything, but ahead of last elections, they had offered their support for the Congress and the UDF, and if that is what they are offering this time also, we will be accepting. But talks in these lines will be more ahead of the election, Shivani, because definitely there will be questions asked to the Congress and the UDF, and how will they be explaining to the larger public and also sections within the Muslim community, as it's now Samastha which has passed a resolution against this organization and stating that.
Let me also take a big quick BJP reaction. Shehzad Poonawalla is joining us. Shehzad, how do you read into this situation? Do you think the Congress facing not an opposition per se, but a reminder from another Muslim organization will possibly force a rethink within the UDF?
You see, Congress is no longer Indian National Congress. It is I Need Islamic Caliphate. And they want to create an Islamic Republic in Kerala because the Jamaat has openly said this. And then the Jamaat is being supported by the leader of opposition of the Congress party. Openly they are saying that we are taking support of Jamaat. By the way, they have also...
Hello, Namaskar. This is First Post and you're watching Vantage with me, Palki Sharma. Almost a week after the India-US trade deal was announced, there is still no clarity on some key points. Tonight, we look at some unanswered questions and why some parts are being billed as controversial. Also in focus, a reset in India-Canada ties. India's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval was in Ottawa in the run-up to the Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney's visit to India next month. We look at how this is shaping up. In Japan, a political earthquake, with Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi securing a landslide victory in snap elections. Plus a showdown in the tech world, why OpenAI versus Anthropic is rattling Indian tech firms. What is Sarvam AI, India's first homegrown sovereign AI model? How Bangladesh is gearing up for polls. Today was in fact the last day of campaigning. What is the Starlink killer? China says it has designed a new microwave weapon. Yet another mishap in India, and we ask, what is the value of human life? Why Elon Musk is ditching Mars to build a lunar city, and will Pakistan play the T20 match against India? All this and more coming up. The headlines first. US military forces board a crude oil tanker in the Indian Ocean after pursuing it from the Caribbean. The vessel was bound for China. It was carrying around 700,000 barrels of heavy crude. Washington says the tanker breached its blockade on sanctioned vessels traveling to or from Venezuela. Iran's nuclear chief says Tehran is ready to dilute its highly enriched uranium if the US lifts all sanctions on the country. The remark comes after Tehran and Washington resume nuclear talks. Western countries suspect Iran is seeking to develop nuclear weapons, but Tehran has repeatedly denied such claims. Hong Kong's pro-democracy media tycoon Jimmy Lai sentenced to 20 years in prison for foreign collusion and sedition. This is the harshest penalty yet under a China-imposed national security law. Lai, a British citizen, has been behind bars since 2020. Keir Starmer vows to stay on as Britain's Prime Minister as calls for his resignation continue to grow. Starmer is under fire for appointing Peter Mandelson as US ambassador despite his links with Jeffrey Epstein. In recent days, two of Starmer's top aides have quit. And Eritrea rejects accusations by Ethiopia that its troops are present inside Ethiopian territory. Addis Ababa claims Asmara is supporting insurgents on its soil. In 1993, Eritrea gained independence from Ethiopia. Since then, ties between the two Horn of Africa nations have been fraught.
Trade deal ensures that the pathway to trade is smooth, ensures preferential access.
It's been 1 week since India and the US struck a trade deal, a much hyped, much awaited deal.